Hello everyone, my name is Tyson Dodell and thank you for joining me. In this presentation, I'll walk you through my analysis of whether artificial intelligence can help us better predict exchange rate movements compared to the traditional theories we learn in international finance. I'll focus on two major theories. Purchasing power parity says currency should adjust to keep prices equal when inflation differs across countries. The International Fisher Fed says currencies with higher interest rates tend to depreciate because those rates usually reflect how higher expected inflation is. These theories make these in the long run, but they often struggle in the short term run. That's where artificial intelligence comes in, and the goal of this project was to see whether AI models, specifically random forest and XGBoost, can better forecast short-term exchange rate changes. So with this data overview, and the data set included quarterly information from 2016 to 2021. The variable I wanted to predict was the percentage change in the exchange rate. To explain, I use inflation, interest rate differentials, and with that, the government revenue and the spending and the current account balances, I believe, and the national savings. All data came basically from reliable sources like from the IMF, the OECD, and the Federal Reserve. Some variables connect directly to the PPP and the IFE, while others capture broader economic conditions that influence currencies in ways the classical theories cannot. That's going back to my research goal with the AI models and what I said about the data use in 2016, 2021. I apologize for not continuing with the slide. But with the methodology, I began with ordinary least squares modules, one testing PPP, one testing IFE, and a combined module using both. These serve as my theory-based baselines. Then I moved to the AI modules. Random forest and XGBoost can capture nonlinear relationships and interactions that simply regressions miss. I trained both modules on all six variables and evaluated them using RMSE with the R2 and sign accuracy, which measures whether the model correctly predicts the direction of the exchange rate change. Um, Moving forward, with the key findings I found was pretty much kind of clear. The OSL modules performed poorly. Their predictions were almost flat and missed much of the actual volatility. These supports was research on long shown PPP and IFE are useful conceptually but weak predictors of short run currency movements. In contrast, the machine learning modules, especially XGBoost, perform noticeably way better. They capture more variation and were more accurate, predicting whether a currency would appreciate or depreciate. Future importance results also showed that fiscal strength, saving behavior, and the current account play meaningful roles alongside with the inflation and interest rate differentials. And that takeaway is that like AI doesn't replace PPP or IFE, and basically builds on them by revealing that short run currency movements depend on a broader mix of economic forces. What drivers currency movements? Just going over that again. Basically, what my implications of the firms. For global companies, this matters a lot. The face transaction, translation, and economic exposure in traditional use tools like forward swaps and natural hedging. These findings suggest that firms could strengthen their approach by incorporating AI-based forecasts because modules like XGBoost detect changes earlier. Firms can adjust hedge ratios for timing before like a large market movement occur, and that's where I got with my implications for the firms to just reiterating that. Um, and with my final takeaways and my closing to conclude this study shows that classical theories still provide valuable institution, but they fall short in explaining quick changes in exchange rates. AI modules, especially XGBoost, offer a more flexible and responsive way to understand what's happening in the economy. By combining traditional theory with modern machine learning, we develop a much clearer picture of the currency behavior and can make a better financial decision in the world. And that's all I have. Thank you for listening.